Hey everyone, and welcome back for part 2 of this Black Friday amazing cyber deal sale. Now I said it in the last video, there was no way I could fit all the deals into one and only video. And well, today I have about another 30 great games to take a look at. But I'm not gonna lie, even at the end of these 30 other games, we could have easily kept going. And in a certain way I will, because in another day or two I have another special list. However, they are going to be centered around all the best budget games to pick up. So only games that will be under $10. So after you're done watching today's video, if you're interested in that, make sure to have your notifications turned on. Now, as I promised in the last video, we're once again going to be giving away 2 $5 eShop gift cards. And once again, if you want to participate in the next giveaway, all you need to do is be sub to the channel and drop a comment in this video down below. If you want all the contest rule details, they are in the description of the video. Now, once again, with so many great games to go over, let's not waste any more time. Just don't forget that if you do like the content that you're watching, please consider hitting that like button. So now, jumping right into the deals, our first one is going to be the Messenger that is now 60% off, dropping the price down to $7.99. And by the way, all the deals today are going to be ending on December 1st, so I'm not going to be repeating it for each and every game. Now, the Messenger is a retro-styled 2D action platformer, and some would argue that it's probably among the best currently available on the Nintendo Switch. Not only that, but this game has a surprise in store, because about halfway through the adventure, it will actually shift to a Metroidvania-style design. But not only will the gameplay style shift, the visual art style will also shift from a 8-bit inspired to 16-bit inspired. But basically, if you're a fan of 2D platformers and you haven't played the Messenger yet, do yourself a favor and pick it up, especially now at only $8. Now, the next amazing game to take a look at is Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, that is now 45% off, only $21.99. Now yes, this is another entry for fans of retro-styled platformers. But while the Messenger was one of my favorites on the system, I would say that the Shovel Knight series is currently definitely my favorite all-time retro-styled platformer currently available on the Nintendo Switch. Now yes, this series does take its base inspiration from the Mega Man series, but I'll tell you that very quickly it becomes its own thing, and it shifts the gameplay around in really amazing ways. Now, almost each of the entries are also on sale individually, but I'll tell you right now, don't waste any time because it rarely goes on sale this heavily. Just pick up the Treasure Trove if you want to try it out. I guarantee you won't be regretting the fact that you have everything in one simple package. Now, our next great deal to take a look at will be the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, that is 50% off, dropping the price to only $29.99, and I'm going to repeat it again, they are all ending the deals on December 1st. Now, I hope you didn't think I forgot about this game in the first video, but I had to keep a couple of bangers for the second edition. And Skyrim is definitely what I would consider a banger on the Nintendo Switch. If you've never played this series, it is a first-person action-adventure game with very heavy RPG elements. But what's truly amazing about this series is if you really get into it, you can get lost in this game for hundreds and hundreds of hours. And you still won't have seen all the content available in the game. Not only that, but this is one of those games that doesn't go on sale very often. So when it does get a 50% discount, if you were waiting around, now's the time to jump. Now, while we're on the subject of games that never go on sale, here's another one, Dark Souls Remastered, 50% off, $19.99, and on top of it, this game is going to be my pick of the week. Now, yet another game I hope you didn't think I forgot about. I just didn't want it in the same video as Doom Eternal, so I could both make them picks of the videos. And I'm telling you right now, this game only goes on sale about once a year, on Black Friday. So if you ever wanted to pick it up and you didn't want to pay full price, now's the time, or else you'll probably have to wait another full year before another discount. Now, if you've never played a Souls game before, well, you'll know why it almost started its own genre. Because yes, the game is challenging, but it is also very rewarding. And there's something just so addictive about getting better at this game and finally crossing that threshold that you've never crossed before. This is a game that I really think everyone should give a try, even if you normally don't like difficult games. Now, our next amazing deal is another game that probably needs very little introduction. That is Dead Cells, that is now 40% off, dropping the price to only $14.99. Now, many people would describe Dead Cells as a roguelite Metroidvania. However, if you're jumping into this game, I would say be ready because it is much more on the roguelite end than the Metroidvania end. And in that style of game, at the beginning, yes, you're going to be dying a lot, you're going to be repeating actions, and you're going to be building your character. But once again, this is another game that once you get into is just so addictive and so rewarding when you finally beat a boss you've never beaten before that you just won't be able to put it down. On top of it, they keep putting out DLC regularly and some even free updates that are really quite amazing and keep bringing you back to this game. If you want a game that you'll probably be playing for months and years to come, Dead Cells is a good bet for these Black Friday sales. Now, our next game is one that I actually talk about on a semi-regular basis, and that is Grindstone, that is now at its lowest ever price of 50% off for only $9.99. Now, what I think worries people when they take their first look at Grindstone is yes, on the surface, it does look like a mobile game. However, once you get into the gameplay and mechanics, you'll see that it has very little to do with those shallow mobile games. Grindstone is an extremely addictive and extremely fun puzzle game. Not only that, but there's actually a quite humorous storyline to back it up. The only thing I'll warn you about Grindstone is it wears its name very well. You will have to grind quite a bit to progress in this game. However, for any fans of puzzle games out there, this I would say is a must-have in your library. So now it's time to take a break again and announce today's winners of the $5 eShop gift cards. And our first winner for today is going to be Brandon Cruz, who said, I picked up Iconoclasts, Ollie Ollie, Broforce, and Sundered all for under $20. And I've got to say, Brandon, that is quite a haul. And as I said, even with all the games we're covering, there are still tons of other great pickups available on the Nintendo Switch eShop. And our second winner for today is going to be John Garces, who said, can confirm, Iconoclasts is a great game. And thank you so much for confirming it because it really is a great game. So now all you need to do to claim your $5 eShop gift card is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below in this video. So now, getting back to the deals, I have another huge one for you, and that is Hades. That is 30% off, knocking the price down to only $17.49. Now, if you've never played a roguelite dungeon crawler before, and you were looking for a game to start with, I would definitely say, no questions asked, your best starting game should be Hades. Number one, because you're probably starting off with one of the best overall games in the genre. And although the mechanics in the game gets very deep, I do think Hades does a very good job of making it approachable. And for those two reasons combined, I think that's also why Hades is pretty much currently the most popular game in the genre. And that probably leads into the reason why this game is almost never on sale like many other games on today's list. It's because it sells very well even at its full price. So when you can get anything off, especially a nice 30%, if you were waiting around, I would say now is a great time to jump on. Now, the next game on our list of great deals for today is going to be Bug Fables, the Everlasting Sapling, that is 40% off, knocking the price down to $14.99. Now, for all those people out there that were disappointed in Paper Mario the Origami King and would have preferred an old school Paper Mario approach to the gameplay, well, this game is for you. Because not only does it visually and mechanics-wise resemble a lot an old school Paper Mario, but also in the humoristic way it presents its story. Only thing here, rather than traditional Nintendo characters, you've got humanoid insects. But RPG fans, Paper Mario fans, take notice, I would definitely be picking up Bug Fables for this sale. Now next, we have another great game that actually came pretty close to being my pick of the week, and that is Cuphead, that is back on sale for 30% off, knocking the price to $13.99. Now the simplest way to explain Cuphead is that it's a 2D side-scrolling run-and-gun shooter. However, it does offer a couple of different varieties of gameplay, some being more of a shoot-'em-up style. However, before picking up this one, do not be fooled by the 50s cartoon-like graphics of this game. It is an extremely difficult game. It's actually pretty much built its reputation around that fact. However, just like many other very difficult games out there, It is extremely addictive and also extremely rewarding. And its mix of regular levels alternating with boss rush style ones is just a perfect balance. Overall, if you were looking for a great challenging game to jump into, Cuphead will not disappoint. Now, while we're on the subject of difficult challenging games, I have another pretty good one for you, which is Super Meat Boy Forever. That is 50% off, lowest ever price of $9.99. And once again, I'll repeat it one last time, the deals are pretty much all ending on December 1st. Now, if you've played the first Super Meat Boy, this sequel does change up the gameplay and change it to an auto-runner design. And not only that, but it changes the fixed levels to procedurally generated ones. Now, on the personal end, I will mention that I didn't like this game as much as the first entry, but nonetheless, I found there was a lot to enjoy here. And I really have to respect a lot the developer team Meat here over not just taking the easy route and doing a direct sequel. Heck, they've even managed to design boss fights around the auto-runner design. Overall, once again, if you're into challenging gameplay, I do think this is a great pickup, especially when you're getting it at 50% off. Now, the next great game to take a look at will be Shantae and the 7 Sirens, that is currently 30% off, knocking the price down to $20.99. Now, Shantae and the 7 Sirens isn't the only Shantae game currently on sale. There'll be a second one in the Sizzle reel in just a couple of minutes. However, out of the 2 entries that are on sale, 7 Sirens is definitely my favorite of the 2. And overall, I would say it's my second favorite Shantae game behind Pirate's Curse. Now, almost all of the Shantae games are really great Metroidvania in design. And 7 Sirens definitely has some of the best level designs of the series, and also is probably one of the most visually appealing. So if you were looking for a great Metroidvania to jump into, Shantae and the 7 Sirens should be on the top of your list. Now, we're not done with Metroidvanias yet. I have another great and weird one for you, which is Carrion, that is now 40% off, knocking the price down to $11.99. Now, what's truly great about Carrion is that it really flips the traditional gameplay we're used to on its head. Because in this game, rather than playing the hero trying to stop the monster, you are playing the monster that is ultimately trying to escape from the underground lab. To do that, you're basically going to have to kill the humans and eat them in the labs to grow and gain new abilities. All the while, you'll be pretty much unlocking the secrets of your origins. And on top of that, this game doesn't only lean on its gimmick, it has great level designs and really, truly solid gameplay. Once again, a great pickup for any fan of Metroidvanias. Now next, another game that I truly loved on the Nintendo Switch and that very rarely gets a sale, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is 30% off, dropping the price to $41.99. Now, although I love this game a ton, I'll be honest with all of you, I was really hoping one day this game would get a more regular and even deeper discount. But since it is a console exclusive, backed by Nintendo, it falls into that category of games that Nintendo just doesn't want the price dropping on too low. But this game is just a great pickup for anyone who is either a fan of the Marvel Universe or just who really loves isometric top-down hack-and-slash fun. And with the enormous amount of characters available in this game, let me tell you, there is a huge amount of replayability here. And ultimately, if you were waiting for this game and hoping for a discount, I would say now is the time to jump once again, because we might not see another one for quite a while. So now it's that time again. It's time for today's Sizzle Reel of deals. So that is pretty much it for our part 2 of the Black Friday cyber deals. Now don't forget, I'm going to have a third video really focusing on the best budget pickups. And let me tell you, even though the games in that third video are going to be a lot cheaper, there are still a lot of great games there. And since it'll be coming out just when Black Friday will be winding down, well, if you have $5 or $10 left over, you can still make a few last-minute great buys. So just as usual, I want to take a couple of seconds to really thank the channel supporters. They help out in a huge way. And lastly, on the way out, don't forget that if you do like the content, to please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel if you aren't already, and hitting that notification bell so you know when all my future videos come out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.